take you back to our lead for tonight. The Democratic Alliance saying it is satisfied with the implementation of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act, or the BELA Act. President Cyril Ramaphosa has ordered the Basic Education Minister, Siviwe Kwagube, to implement the bill in full from today. For some reaction, we are now joined by the National Association of School Governing Bodies, Mr. Matakanye Matakanye. Mr. Matakanye, I think this line are finally working with us, but let's start from the top. Your initial reaction, seeing that statement from the President, what are your thoughts?
Thank you very much, Naledi, and all your viewers, your listeners. Forward ever, backward never. And those who are refusing to live in a new South Africa, let them pack their bags and go. No more time. We knew that the president has just given them an opportunity because the BELA Act was within our Constitution. It was drafted within the Constitution. Therefore, there was no way that it could have been left, those two pieces of legislation could have been left without being fully implemented. So they were given 3 months, and then 3 months has lapsed. They have brought nothing. So the president now is fully implementing, he has given directive, and we welcome that as National Association of School and all the progressive South Africans. I think they welcome this to say now South Africa is marching on a path of transformation, and we want to transform everybody in the country. Hence, we are saying those who do not want to transform, those who want to still live in South Africa, let them pack their bags and go.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, Mr. Matakanye, because this has been a discussion for months. And of course, in the 3 months that you're talking about, the president in September essentially saying that, I suppose, the lapsing of clause 4 and 5 was to allow for consultation. Would you say that in that 3 months that consultation was sufficient and that is not going to be an issue that comes up later on?
The advantage of the president is that he has got an ear to all the South Africans, because he's a president to all the South Africans. He has an ear, but nevertheless, they produce nothing because he has given them 3 months to say, okay, give alternative to these two clauses. It was not the whole bill, but only 2 clauses, 4 and 5, admission, language and admission. That's all. And it would not. It was really democratic with time. He would have given them only a month to deal with those 2 clauses. But now he gave them 3 months, showing that now, look, this bill has gone through all the processes in South Africa. Therefore, there was no need. I mean, hence I'm just saying the advantage of the president is that now he has got a hearing. I mean, he is empathetic to the South Africans. He would have just they say he signed this act into act. Then just even those 2 clauses, you would have signed them into law.
Yeah. What are we expecting to come forward, though? You know, because just moments ago, I did have a conversation with the spokesperson for the Democratic Alliance. And in fact, as we talk about this, we're running visuals from a protest that was organized by the Democratic Alliance against the BELA Act, with other role players that also agreed with the view of the Democratic Alliance. And this is what they said. Willie Okam, spokesperson, essentially said that they agree with the signing or with the authorization of the implementation of the act. But they are also looking forward to the Minister Kwagube issuing the norms, standards and regulations to govern the implementation of the contested sections of the act. So what do you say to that position by the Democratic Alliance, that that may still be a tug of war that's still coming, the implementation?
Well, there's no tug of war. They are just playing politics. They are playing politics in this country. I mean, they are looking for numbers so that all the racists must listen to them, and in the future, so that they have got numbers. Probably they think that now one time, after 5 years or 6 years, 10 years, they will take over this country. It will never happen. So what we are saying is that there is no way that after the president has given an instruction that, because it was only 2 clauses, it was only 2 clauses. After the president has given in directives to say implement fully, we don't, otherwise then the minister will be undermining South Africans. Then it will be undermining us, then we'll show whoever that we have been really patient with racists in the country, but now time has come that we will not tolerate them anymore.
Yeah. You know, there's going to be obviously the role that associations such as yourself have to play, because there certainly is going to be around the information dissemination to SGBs, what they need to be aware of, where the language policy, for instance, is concerned. You know, anything that you want to raise around what the time frames and how long it will take for us to be able to have governing bodies set language policies and then get them cleared by provincial government. I mean, how do you think that's going to work? Any concerns around where we might see challenges there?
No, there are no concerns. The only thing that makes the few, the minority to attempt to block the fruition of this act is that they still want to protect the minority languages. Although South Africa then talks about the 12 languages, including sign language. So they still preserve to those 2 languages, English and Afrikaans, you understand, to show that these are the language in South Africa. So time is now that we are no more going to take, I mean, look, Naledi, language is a very sensitive. I mean, these guys are undermining other languages. And you remember that 1976, the language banned the country, and they still want this country to ban. They still feel that it has not banned enough, because 1976, Africans dominated all the languages. You know, you will even teach mother tongue in Afrikaans. I mean, if you are a Zulu, or you are a Xhosa, you are a Venda, you will teach that in Afrikaans to show that now they wanted to dominate, so that all of us in South Africa, we become Africans. So we are refusing. Then that's why we are saying we are transforming everything now. And those who do not want to transform, to make, I mean, we come from that history, a very terrible history, where people were separated from other people. Then we are saying, no, we are one. We are one. They still refuse and say, no, we are not one. We are better than the rest of the South Africans. So hence we are saying, Naledi, we feel time is now that they must pack their bags and leave and go to where they are going to do all these things that they are doing, but not in South Africa. Okay. South Africa is new, and then we have forgiven everybody who really killed our people, destroy our language, destroy our culture, and all that. We have forgiven them. But now they still show that now they do not want to live with us. Yeah. So we are saying, those who do not want to live with us, please, if government has to organize planes for them, they must go to Australia and other part of the world where the minority will dominate, not in South Africa. Okay.
Mr. Matakanye, I need to ask you one last question, and I think this is now really for the benefit of the viewer, the parent, the everyday South African who says, what is this going to do for me and my child? If we say, let's skip forward 5-10 years, what is it that this BELA Act, in its implementation, 5 to 10 years from now, what are the results that we can expect to see at your most optimistic?
Look, it is for the first time after 30 years that we introduce the ECD, formalize the ECD. our children have been scattered all over the country, in houses, in what, in all these things. Now we have brought them now into a schooling system to say whatever they are, whether they are in the crashes or what, now they must do one thing, curriculum, so that they develop like any other a child in the country or in the world. I mean, look, they always love research and say, now these children cannot read with understanding. They don't forget it that these children are introduced formally later stage, and when they research, they don't use their mother tongues. They use English, and then from there they laugh at us. Now this from now onwards, then these children are going to be formalized and go on. And then even those who are in the crashes at the township or what, they are also going to formalize to do one thing. But when it comes to languages, we feel that now all the 12 languages are now going to be developed, because people must start writing, doing all those things. Our children must do maths in Tswana. Our children must do maths in Venda. And then you will see the results. In future, in 5 years, 10 years, you will see the results. I mean, recently there was a research that is saying maths and science is a problem in this country, because maths and science, when our children are doing maths, they're doing two subjects at the same time, doing maths and they're doing the language at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Matakanye, we really do appreciate the response that you've given us. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Matakanye Matakanye. There is, of course, with the National Association of School Governing Bodies. We'll continue, of course, here on Channel 405, sharing the reactions that are coming in to the news coming in this afternoon.